right, here's a bit of a mess. So, yesterday was a half day, and I just needed to get out of the apartment and do some stuff besides staring at the code for this, which I've been doing for a while now. And I did manage, though, to get, let's exit out of full screen view here, and let's hop over to Figma. Oh, already up. I did a little bit more designing in Figma, and I was able to design up what the slideshow section would be like. So here's our art collection, which we already have. It's all working. Here is our slideshows. Looks very similar to the art collection. We've got this bounding box around that art image. Each slideshow will have a hero image that will represent the slideshow. And we've got a slightly different control scheme, but we still have the delete, we still have the rename feature, and the edit is new, and the play button is new. Of course, clicking play will play the slideshow. And then over here, we've got the slideshow creator. So this is what happens when you click on this button. This screen pops up, and you have... there will be more than just the art selector now, but it's going to default to the art selector, where you can select which pieces of art, individual pieces of art you would like on your slideshow, and which tags you would like to have included. So every piece of art that is tagged with that tag. And we've also got the rename and the delete button down here. And this was my vision. And the reality is not that far off from it. It's just been slow going. Let's pop back over here. So, log in, log out, still there. Art collection still there, still working. I hope I didn't break it good. And slideshows. So, this currently is just mocked out. So it doesn't really have, this slideshow doesn't actually exist in the database. I've just mocked out what the front end component might look like. And if I click add here, go over to our art collection. So we have got this working where we can select different pieces of art to be included in our slideshow. Man, it took longer to get here than I would have liked. And I think the main reason is that I did that cleanup pass with the CSS and with the general architecture of the application. And then I started developing this add slideshow component that's inside of the slideshow list. And it got me thinking, because this reuses quite a few things in the application. Like this nav bar is very similar to the nav bar that we have on the outside. Let's exit out of this. We can't. Didn't even code that yet. It's just very similar to the nav bar that we had on the side. And this art collection is just completely reused. This is all still functional. So all of the stuff works. It's the exact same as the art collection that's rendered elsewhere in the application. So that's got me thinking about, like, is anyone going to use the art collection independently of creating a slideshow? Maybe, maybe not. But, so I'm reusing things in different areas of the application. And you'll notice that this, these art components behave differently here than they do in the art collection. We can select them here. There's no tags, and there's no, if you click it, it doesn't go full screen. So just doing like a lot of thinking about structuring that, because I as I'm getting deeper into it, starting to reuse CSS and HTML and different parts of the app and JavaScript, it kept on getting sticky. It's a big enough project, I'm finding out, that it's needs, like, I need to clean up after myself as I go along. Otherwise I just get lost in like 5 different CSS files trying to make a change. So I'm trying to keep it organized as I go, but that's really slowing me down. So for instance, I redid the way that I'm doing my kind of JavaScript includes, and I'm now using ES6 modules instead of just like script tags. And so now all my dependency tree is cleaner, because instead of index.html where I'm just loading up all of those things, or where I'm just loading up a bunch of script tags, now I'm just loading up my main app component. My main app component loads up all my other components. They each load up everything they need, stuff like that. I've also separated the piece of the app that communicates with the artifact REST API. I've separated that into a service. And yeah, just doing stuff like that. I've also pulled a lot of the HTML out into like a base CSS file that I'm including in all the different components. And yeah, I'm just kind of like trying to keep it clean as I go, because I find myself getting lost while I'm working. And I've also been a little bit bored. I've definitely had moments where I'm just sitting in front of this app and I'm staring at it, and like 3 or 4 times in a row I don't really feel like working on it. So that happened yesterday. My remedy was to get out into the world, and I did get out into the world, and that recharged my batteries a bit. And I did the same thing today, but also leaves me with less time to work on it. So I don't think I'm going to be able to have a functional app by tomorrow, which is the last day of working on this. Depending on how you count, tonight might be the last night of working on it, though I'm going to count tomorrow. So this is as far as I've gotten, about 30%, 40% maybe, optimistically. And yeah, everything just took a lot longer than I thought. And I would like to be able to work on projects of this scope in a week. I would like to be able to complete a project of this scope in a week. I think the problem is that on top of that, I'm using technologies that I haven't built an app of this scope yet with. And that slowed me down. Also, I think that my working process needs work. So yeah, I don't know if I'll be able to finish it by tomorrow. I won't be able to finish it by tomorrow. But I've at least worked on it consistently. And another update tomorrow. We'll see how far I get.